I have got some donations to take, canned food, and they're still good, they're still fresh. They're just things that I don't like, because my person who does shopping for me screws up a lot, and they'll get me things that I didn't ask for that are still good, but they're just not things that I like, that I enjoy. Of course, we have a fucking Karen that moved in our place. There was like one more slot upstairs in the above area of the house for someone to live in. And they moved in like, I'm trying to think if that's their car. I don't think it would be, because I don't live down on that street. Like, you have to turn. I'm not going to dox myself, but you have to turn a couple of turns to get to my place. These people are narcissists. Okay. And one of the most obvious traits of a narcissist is they need attention. They need to be at the center, the focal point of some drama. It doesn't matter if it's positive attention, negative attention works just as good for them. And the best response is to fucking ignore them. They hate it. They hate when a challenge goes unbidden, when a smart-ass remark elicits zero reprisal. It's just unfazed. Because I have relatives who are narcissists, and they get off big time on trying to put me down and make me feel like shit. Like, literally over anything. It could be, like, for example, I wanted potato soup. My shopper got me cream of potato soup, which is not the same thing. And as an example of how narcissistic, crazy my family is, they would say, well, if you got in the right one the first time, you wouldn't have to be walking in the cold to the donation box. And it's like, well, literally, who cares? It's not your money being spent on these items. It's not your time being wasted. And I don't consider it a waste. But that's just how they think. They think everything's a waste of time unless you're getting paid for it. Money, 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 money. They don't believe in mental growth. They don't believe in spiritual growth. And I've always been an advocate of having mental days off, having a mental health day, especially for students. I mean, students are worked to the bone, mentally, physically, emotionally. Way worse. At least when you're an adult working, you get paid. They think, oh, if just a little mocking thing. Oh, you little pussy, little baby needs a day off. It's like, and it's really stupid because they say these things. I've been around them for so many years to know their personal life, their secrets, their dark secrets. It's just funny. The narcissists also, they don't have any sense of self-preservation. All they know how to do is try to get into the spotlight, and they hope it gets some attention. So when they've pissed away everyone that they used to consider friends, family, and I'm not talking about my own family. Like, I'm not beefing with anybody. I'm using them as an example because, yeah, I love and care about them. I still see them from time to time, but they're still narcissists. I mean, it's just because we're on talking terms again doesn't mean, oh, so you're not a narcissist anymore. They still are. Big time. And I'm anti-conformist, so I wasn't going to conform to their, spiritual, religious, mental, political shit. And they're like, well, this House Republican. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, no, I am not. And it's really crazy how people refer to my parents as so liberal. I'm like, oh, do you think real liberal parents would try to force their children to vote a certain way for fear of having them excommunicated from the house and the family, just completely banished? I mean, these people are insane. I'm fine to visit them knowing I can stay for as little as 30 minutes to as long as 2 hours, which I wouldn't make it more than 2 hours, and go home. My own home. I don't have to see them all the time, hear them all the time. Don't get me wrong, when you move in with friends or colleagues or whatever, just people that you've known who become roommates, there's that saying that, what is that saying? Something about getting to know people over time, you lose interest or something. I mean, it's not like, oh, these people are no longer my friends, but it's just more like a situation of, you can get on each other's nerves. I know I certainly have flaws and quirks. I have to catch on my own because nobody brings it to my attention. Because they're either afraid I'm going to have a meltdown, which is very disingenuous. I've only ever had a handful of meltdowns in my life, and that's due to extreme bullying from my parents and other family. I was being mocked, hazed. I was basically being tormented, and that's why I had a meltdown. Anybody would have a meltdown under those circumstances. No, I don't go ballistic because someone pointed out, hey, could you make sure when you're done using a toilet that you wipe the piss off the seat? Which I usually never do because I lift the seat up when I go. But something like that wouldn't bother. I would be more embarrassed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I will watch that next time. The people who claim that I flip out are the ones who flip out. They themselves. Or they'll shut down the conversation. They'll shut down the discourse. Because they're like, they're just automatically denying you your speech. And when people try to just go nah at me, especially if you're on the internet, whatever, fuck you, you're a troll. You're someone I know in real life, and I'm trying to have a conversation with you about a situation, and you're going, nah, we're gonna have fucking words. If I have to reach around, and yank out your computer cord to get your attention, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. Hear what I gotta say first to be mad second. You're a grown-ass fucking adult. I'm not friends with kids. I don't room with kids. I have no kids. No young people. Everyone is about my age who I room with. So, yeah, I'm not going to let you cut me off or, invalidate my voice. I'm not. So if you're going to be prepared to do that to me in person, best be prepared for repercussions. And I think that stands for everybody. You have to have standards. You have to have limits. Boundaries. Because nobody has boundaries. They don't make their boundaries known. So, oh, there's another mouse. Or I thought that was another mouse. Maybe it was a leaf. So wild that everything here is just all black and everything and dark. Let me turn this on. I wonder if those pods are still there. The storage pods. So this was a spirit store recently. The Dilly Dallies. It was a consignment spirit store, meaning that I just saw one of the cats over there. It was a consignment spirit store, meaning anybody could open it and run it and manage it. Now, could they do those things well? That's up for debate. But this place was not open until like 2 weeks into October. 2 weeks after it was closed, they still had all the signage. Well, I tell a lie. One day into the early November, they had the signage gone. So it's completely empty now, like it was before. The signage was gone. It's so wild. These people go there and put those stickers on there. It's like, yeah, it's abandoned. Is this locked? Yeah, I thought so. But when I came back and looked, they still had like the whole register set up desk with the computer, the register. They still had the back end cap set up. I want to check the garbage. Spirit garbage. Halloween garbage. Oh, these both dumpsters are fucking overflowed with trash. All probably from Spencer's. Spencer's Spirit Halloween. I bet they hardly even turned a fucking profit. Yeah, these are their mock-ups, their decals. All the garbage. It's wild to me that they even were allowed to rent that for a month. It must be a special seasonal contract, because for as long as this place has been closed, this is the first time I've ever seen a spirit move in here. There's a fucking random Target card or something down here. I thought that was a dude kneeling down over there. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, when I worked at an actual spirit store, they had us prepare to close by the 2nd. It was either by the 2nd or the 3rd of November. Everything had to be gone. At least by the 3rd. So when I walked by that Dilly Dally Spirit a couple weeks ago, they still pretty much had everything in the store. It's like they took down the decals, maybe the like impulse area. I think they call it like the register maze or something, cash maze. Because they do that intentionally to get you to buy the overpriced little, impulse shit. Everything at Spirit's overpriced. Insanely overpriced. Tomorrow's Saturday. Can't wait. But, yeah, I've opened and closed 2 Spirit Halloweens back in 2016, 2017. I started opening the one and I was like, I can't do this. Because I was like, I wasn't fat at that time, but I was still out of shape. And I was just like, such a pushover. And this is in 2016. That I felt that way. 2017 was good because I told them I don't open the store. Which, I mean, coming and clocking to open, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actually setting a store setup and then store takedown. I don't do those. Yeah, it's less money, but when you do one, they kind of expect you to travel and do the others, and I don't. I don't have a car. What am I supposed to fucking do? I'm not going to be reliant on a coworker. And you'd be like, hey, babes, can you, like, you know, go out of your way, drop me off? I'm not going to do that. But I'm glad I finally, after days of forgetting, I finally remember to bring this. Check the bottom of my Pumas. These are lasting better than I thought. And these are really summer shoes, so I need to get some better shoes ASAP for winter. Because I replaced the nice fancy dress shoes that I had. The ones I got are not to be worn unless I'm going to a nice function, or a nice event. It's basically never. They're really nice Italian leather buckled loafers. And I don't want them getting worn down. That's why I'm glad I'm not roommates with any family. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm not roommates with my siblings. At least any of my maternal siblings. Those people are fucking crazy. I've said it before. It's true. They're crazy. I'd come home, find probably most of my stuff missing. You know, strangers there. Yeah. Ugh. Or my mom's friends' kids, because, like, it's like because they were friends, we had to be friends by proxy. And the only one of those situations I agreed with was my friend Mitch, because we became friends first, and then our moms became friends. But we've always had sort of like a turbulent love-hate friendship. Because he'd piss me off and I'd love to hate him. But he was the same way, if I recall, because I'd have one or two things that he liked, and I wanted to wear his jacket for school. I didn't get it stained or anything, and I was very careful. And I don't know. It's just that people with double standards, you know. I feel like a lot of people growing up have developed this all or nothing belief system. Like, if the other person isn't totally, completely like how I imagine, then they're not real friends. if they don't agree with me. I've disagreed with people. I've argued with people told, well, you're wrong. I mean, you're wrong. And I've shown them, I pointed them in the direction to get educated, which they've refuted and said, no, I'm good. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, we can agree to disagree that you're wrong. We're still friends. We still talk. I mean, and so when people keep saying stupid things that I know are scientifically, factually wrong, and I have to say something, like, I'm not going to sit here and just be quiet and like, and like lead this person on to believe that I'm like indulging in their crazy fucking alt-right fantasy, alt-science fantasy, whatever. Like, dude, you know, as it turns out, like, science has been wrong about gravity. Like, okay. It just really makes, it's just, it really is. It's like visiting your crazy relative in the nut ward of the, you know, hospital. Cousin Elmo, who had to be institutionalized after Skyrim crashed, came out in 2011 and crashed for the 1000th time, and he had to be put in a room with padded walls. They got any raisins though in this blessing box? I'm fucking taking them. Fair warning, I saw a raisin, an entire bag of fucking raisins, and I didn't take them, and I still regret it to this day. I'm like, and they're a good snack. They're a healthier alternative than fucking candy and soda. I'm just so happy with myself. I still managed to drag my fat ass out of my house to go do something. Even if the doing is just like not really anything. Congrats, Roy High. Celebration in the showers, says the City Hall staff. Bring the champagne and the glasses in the locker room, the showers, boys. Like, there's like one of the coaches, I think it's at Sunset or Northridge, said that, and I was like, well, nobody uses the showers. In high school, you think that they would. Nobody did. I think the jocks that had their own private, their group changing room did, but yeah, nobody did. And it was like so weird. It's like I got past the fear of like all that stuff. It's like, oh, it didn't matter because now it's not even enforced. It's just, well, everyone's pretty much post-puberty and they're gonna stink. They're doing what my roommate does and just takes whores baths, which is weird. It's a choice. Choices. I see they have their Christmas put up, but I don't know if it's actually like if they're using their lights though. Almost there. We is almost there. I've never been in that building. Never been inside. In fact, I'm trying to remember when they rebuilt it. Like 2005, 2006. Maybe it was later than that, like 2010 or 2009. Oh my God. This is a nice little fenced in area for the wildlife. I mean, the elderly people. So they're made to feel safe while they're fenced in, caged in. Listening to their golden oldies and eating their mush. So one thing I hate about having more than one supervisor, because you got the boss and then you have the underboss and then other people, is if they don't like you for whatever reason, they will find a reason to make you quit, alienate you, try to make you quit on your own, or to get you fired. They don't fire people here in Utah because then that would require them to pay unemployment. But they will find a reason to let you go. And they will do that. So there's the blessing box. Let's see. They're like, we're closed. They're supposed to be open. Security notice. Okay, good. Okay. Oh my Lord. Look at them fucking rotten bananas. Okay. We got that. Somebody will like that for sure. We got that brand new. Nobody's eating it. So, it's the clam chowder. And the cream of that. There we go. Perfect. Hell, I'm like becoming schizophrenic or some shit. I'm like seeing shadows that are like, I'm not just seeing, I'm also hearing. So it's an audio visual like hallucination or something of like a small dog. And I was like, what the fuck does dog come from? And I'm looking, there's nothing. There's no dog. No animal, no cat, no dog. So that's kind of scary. Little mind glitches.